the driver got distracted and as soon as I got in an accident, and my scatter shook his self-defense, lost his memory at any expense, and then the witnesses went on to describe that in the window was a bearded guy. Now on the radio, TV, and the press release, they're looking for the bearded man, because the man with the beard has a criminal mind. They're looking for the bearded man in the window.
I am Roland Johns. I am Sim Racing.
I'm Wes Fuller, driver of number 35, Stand Up to Cancer Ford. I am Sim Racing.
Hi, I'm Cameron Peterson. I am Sim Racing.
What's going on? It's Rob Biotti from 4iRacing, driver number 44 Toyota Camry, and I am Sim Racing.
Hello, I am Christopher Hamilton, and I am Sim Racing.
Hi, I'm Eric Andrews. I am Sim Racing.
We are Sim Racing.
Hello, everybody. I'm Dave Arnold, joined alongside Randall Alvarez and Scott Rain here for round number 8 of the iRacing Short Course Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing Series, and we are at Wild West. Well, it was a blistering day all over the southwest of the U.S., and that's right where Reno, outside of Reno, I should say, and Sparks, Nevada, where this moved. Virtually, we're going to curious to see if the track's going to dry out quick. But the question is, can someone stop Alan Ampudia, or will Luke Knupp come back swinging? Trent Briley's been one to watch, but Jarrett Brooks on the move also. Keep an eye out for them, as right now we're still in practice, getting ready for the final of the practice and heat races coming up. The host of this is Connor Berry, and of course I want to thank some of our great sponsors like CBR Performance Products, AIM Data Systems, Sparco, CDC Apparel, Super Clean, Bomber Eyewear, K&N, Lawrence Equipment, Rigid Industries. This broadcast brought to you by Death by Moose Media. And, of course, everybody, I'm Dave Arnold, joined alongside Randall Alvarez, and from an undisclosed location in San Diego County, Scott Ray.
Yeah, very undisclosed. Shh, quiet.
But looking forward to it. It's been a great 7 rounds prior to this, but the 8th round really setting the tone for a run who's going to take the overall and the prize packages. And lots of great prizes we're giving out here. Of course, third place, going to get a $200 gift certificate towards K&N, $175 gift certificate towards CBR, 3 samples of Super Clean product, a T-shirt, a hat from Super Clean, a goodie bag from Sparco, and product. You get some Bomber Eyewears, which always I love. And, of course, $100 cash from Lawrence Equipment, thanks to the Lawrence family and Mikey Lawrence. And second place, we'll be getting $300 gift certificate towards K&N, $325 towards the CBR. 6 samples of Super Clean, a T-shirt, a hat. You get covered up with a goodie bag from Sparco. You also get another pair of sunglasses from Bomber Eyewear, $400 cash from Lawrence Equipment. And, of course, the overall winner of the series is going to get $500 cash from K&N, $500 gift certificate from K&N, so that's like $1,000 right there. $500 cash from CBR, 6 Pit Crew T-shirts from CDC Apparel, 1 of each of Super Clean product, 1 gift certificate towards Super Clean product, and $200 50 cash or $500 in Ames product. That's AIM Data, and a goodie bag from Sparco. I heard they had some gloves and some cool stuff last time. And, of course, don't forget, protect those peepers with Bomber Eyewear.
That's correct.
All right, we got the work done. Now it's time to have some fun.
I agree. Well, let's talk about where we're actually live right now. So we have the broadcast live on YouTube, Facebook, and another Facebook account, which is
Dirt Sports World on Facebook, and also I do believe they're going to try and shoot it over dirtsportsworld.com. We're trying to do that also, but check it out on all those social media platforms. Make you follow it. If you go to YouTube, make sure you follow the YouTube channel for Death by Moose Media. Let's keep this numbers growing, and hopefully we get this broadcast seen by more eyes. And I mean, I'm telling you, it's only going to help with the prize money for next season.
exactly. And so, Scott, how you doing right now?
I'm just trying to take in who's got the. You know what? It's Dave kind of touched on it just a moment ago during the welcoming. That that it's been hot, it's been sunny, and I think tonight's gonna be all about track conditions and who can save those tires. It's going to be about the heat, and keep in mind that this racetrack is notoriously known for wind.
Yeah.
And between the sun and the wind, we're gonna have a track drying out super fast.
And that's going to also, like you said, affect the tires and wear them out a little bit quicker in some of those hard-packed clay areas. And every once in a while, a rock or two pop up, and I've seen many tires in the real-life situation get popped out here.
And that's one thing iRacing's actually been working on is their tire situation. They've been working on tire modeling in the sense of tires popping and actually deteriorating like that. So hopefully within the year, we'll actually see that come to fruition.
On this side.
That's correct.
It happens in real life already. They don't have to worry about that.
Oh, man. Well, it looks like we are getting ready for our special presentation by Chappie.
And, of course, it's great to have a good friend, Steve Hansen from Racers from Christ, our chaplain, Steve Chappie Hansen, with our invocation.
Hello racers, this is Steve Hansen, chaplain with Racers for Christ. Just wanted to take a time to pray with you before your race. So please bow with me as we pray. Father, I know it may seem silly to pray before a race such as this, but it's a good reminder to us that regardless if we're putting our lives on the line or we're just having a good time, you want to be in constant communication with us. In that spirit we pray today. And Father, I just ask that you would keep us, our families, our teammates, and our competitors safe during this time, that we would remain healthy while this virus spreads, that we would find security in times of economic uncertainty, and that our community would remain tight and grounded, even though we find ourselves in political turmoil in the community that surrounds us. So, Father, in all this, I just ask that we would find the health and security and the hope in our future, even though things seem uncertain at this time. So, in Jesus' name, I pray. Amen.
At this time, would you please remove your hats if you're sitting down and not on your simulator? Please stand. It's time for the greatest song in the world.
Yep,
our
and
national anthem.
We're waiting for these guys to grid, and the moment Brock hits the track, we will run it out.
Of course, coming off of Memorial Day weekend, I saw a lot of great raps, and this one of the greatest with the good old Stars and Bars flying on that. There he is, Bronson Chermani.
Yep, just 1 second. He hasn't fully loaded yet.
Looks beautiful to me.
That's another driver.
Okay, well, it's a track. It's dirt, and it's off-road. That's not Bronson.
No, it's not Bronson. We're waiting for Bronson to pop up.
We'll get him in here for our national anthem.
There we go.
There he is.
Bronson Chermani, you are on the camera. Go ahead and go.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous
Well, a beautiful rendition there of our national anthem, and thanks again to Bob Ceremony, and an awesome paint job seeing the stars and bars flying around the track, and always love to see that here at the Wild West Motorsports Complex. And we were just discussing that the time of day, trying to figure out what it was, and we just realized it is a AM early morning start.
Welcome. we're driving Australia then, apparently, right?
Yeah.
This will be morning time over there, I think.
And it looks like what I'm worried about is when they're coming up that hill, are they going to have the sun right in their eyes into turn number 1?
Let's find out. We'll go ahead and ride along with Mason Prater.
Oh, Mason Prater looking good. That Ryan Beat team colors of Bilstein.
Look at that beautiful sun in your eyes.
Yep.
In the top left corner. Actually, let's see what he sees. We'll go to his cockpit view. Oh yeah, that's not going to be fun.
Yeah, is it literally we're going to watch it rise?
Yep.
Okay. It'll be quite interesting. Scott, good point you brought up down there. We're going to find out.
Have you ever been out there in the dark waiting for the sun to come up?
No.
It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I was about to say,
cold,
I bet it's beautiful.
Really cold, but
Yeah.
it's gorgeous.
Yeah, you guys, the Ultra 4 started a little bit earlier than we did. I was still just...
Yeah.
I was still sleeping at 6.
All right, let's talk a little bit about qualifying times. So we're looking at everyone right now. Let me go ahead and align the grid for you there. So best time at the moment is looking up running a 49.861.
And I can say I'm not shocked at that. And looks like Mickey Thomas right behind him. He's still in the 50s there with a 50.981. Holden Heitritter with a 50.254. And I'm trying to see Jared Brooks right now, currently running third. Doesn't have his last one, but has his best. Oh, look at this. All the top 4 drivers now into the 49s.
Yeah, and look at that. Trenton Briley just popped into first place.
Trenton Briley turning the fast time. Luke Knupp second. Mickey Thomas with a 49.945. Holden Ryder with a 49.949. We're talking hundredths of a second here. Yep. Luke Knupp with a 49.861. And it looks like Trenton Briley just threw down a 49.857.
And speaking of some other drivers, like we do have that top 4, and they're amazing times. But some of the other drivers that actually we see them come up to the race mid or end of the race. We have Alan Impudia, and I believe Sheldon Creed was another driver that came in. You'd see him kind of work his way up towards the end of the race. Mikey Lawrence is another guy that'll work his way up.
Impudia, that's right. Cheeks also one of those ones. Yep. Ronnie Anderson. Unless somebody takes him out.
Roland Johns is another driver.
Yeah.
Roland
Johns, he's come back quite a bit right up to the top 5. I was actually been pretty impressed with that.
Yeah, he's put in a lot of effort. He's had kind of a rough first season. His second season, he's been really putting in a lot of time.
And it looked like he's was he running a new paint scheme there?
No, I think it's the same Mongo.
Same color. Oh, I know. Just one of the colors look different.
Let's take a look at it.
They look rather brilliant. No, it's the same one. You're
right.
It's
the same one.
Thought they reversed it, but no, it's the same one. It looks good though. Scott, just go, Did we lose you, Scott?
I hope not. Oh, no. I think we did. All right, well, we'll keep the ball rolling until Scott comes back.
And speaking of Sheldon Creed, you mentioned, he's now creeped up into 5th fastest qualifier. Luke Knupp has now taken the top spot with a 49.693. Trenton Briley slides back to 2nd with a 49.857. And then Mickey Thomas still holding strong in 3rd there with a 49.946. Holden Heiritter's running 4th. 5th is Sheldon Creed. Jared Brooks to 6th. Braden Cheramani, Ethan Ebert, Zach Drapkin, and Ronnie Anderson are top 10. Roland Johns on the 11th slot. Miles Cheek, Alan Impudia is 13th. Sean Heck, 14th. Darren Harsty Jr., Hot Sauce, lost it, moved me along.
Sorry about that.
He is sitting 15th, so Braden Beatty, Dringerson. So, out of this, what are we going to take? The top 16 again?
Yeah, it should be the top 16, and then top 3 from each heat that went.
So, Braden Beatty on the bubble. Yep. Trey Engelston just outside with young Brody Graham there. Great to see Brody in there in the 18th slot. You got Elliott Watson in 19th, and Corbin Leverton is 20th. Randy Merritt, 21st. Brian Osborne. Come on, Brian. You have to race your way into this one. And 22nd, Brock Dickerson. Shocking seeing him back in 23rd.
It looks like Mikey Lawrence has to also race his way in.
Ooh, wow. I was wondering where Mikey was. He's in 26. And then Ricky Johnson is the number 6 there. The beer drinking team.
Favorite team of all.
Yes. Well, it was really confusing when they were all driving the number 6 trophy truck out of Mexico. It's Ricky Johnson. No, it's Ricky Johnson. No, it's Ricky Johnson. No, it's Ricky Johnson. Will the real Ricky Johnson please stand up?
Looks like
I know they're getting a kick out of that one.
Trenton's still throwing out laps out there. Oh, and he is now invisible. Oh, no, he went off the track.
So it's still looking up on top, but Trent Briley sitting strong in 3rd. Mickey Thomas 3rd. Holton Heiritter sitting in that 4th position. Sheldon Creed cracking that top 5. Jared Brooks just outside in 6th. Braden Cheramani in the 7th. And it looks like 8th is Ethan Ebert. Zachary Drapkin in 9th. And Ronnie Anderson still sitting in 10th position there with Roland Johns in 11th. Miles Cheek is 12th. Alan Empudia in 13th. Sean Heck, 14th. Darren Hardesty is 15th. And Braden Beatty. So if they take the top 16, Braden Beatty is going to play in the main dance.
That's correct. And after the cutoff, we still have a lot of guys up there that have a huge opportunity to make it up there.
But look at the times, though. They're so close. They're all 50.4s.
Those are qualifying times.
I know.
Until you're racing side by side with someone, you really don't see that, and it's a fresh track.
Well, yeah, but my point is, look how close they are. So when you get into a heat race, these guys are hundredths of a second.
Yeah.
So it's going to be some good heat racing.
It is. It's going to be some really good heat racing, but hopefully we can see these guys drive clean and keep their cars as tight as possible and just fight for position, because that's going to be the hardest part.
Oh, yeah.
Is finding your position out on the track, and it looks like we're getting ready for gridding, so let's go ahead and get ready for the first heat of...
So are we going 4 heats again?
Should be 4 heats.
4 heats.
If we have enough drivers to fill it. That looks like Reese Peterson loading up.
So 10 drivers. Is it or 9? 9 drivers?
Yep. 9 drivers for this first heat.
Oh,
Hey guys, you there?
Yes.
Yep, we got you.
Hey, Scott!
I missed you, man.
Yeah, this undisclosed territory that I live in.
You had to go refire the generator back up, get the windmill going, go blow on it, feed the goats.
Put a new hamster in the wheel.
I think we watched Clint Eastwood ride his horse across the desert floor, and that little hazy heat wave. Yeah. I'm watching everything. I can see everything, but it's like trying to get my voice to you guys.
I know.
Much to the chagrin of a lot of fans over the years, has been very tough.
Sound loud and clear on our side. Who is net cutting there? Is that Corbin?
That's Corbin, yep.
I'm back. I'm gone. I'm back. I'm gone. I'm back. I'm gone. Oops, somebody else. Brandon Furman. So it looks like we got the 590 of Trey Eggleston, the 534 of Corbin Leverton, number 6 of Ricky Johnson, Elias Hanna, awesome to see Elias, in the number 274, Brandon Furman in the 155, Paul Vittel in the 721, Michael Loomis in the 26, 603 of Reese Peterson, and then you got Daryl Gibson in the 41.
If I remember correctly, didn't Daryl win one of the first heats? Or he worked his way up pretty hard. Daryl did a good job.
He was on the podium.
Yeah. No, Daryl had a good run in the heats, so he's definitely a challenger.
Hey, without my cheat book, I don't have anything. Don't ask me where my keys and my wallet are right now either. Here these guys are chopping the bit. They're playing throttle Yahtzee right now.
Right. Well, it might help just to drop a couple gallons. You're not racing a full race.
Yeah.
You can lighten up a little
Lighten
bit.
her up.
get some more speed out of it. I'd actually, one of our races, we had an IndyCar driver getting ready for qualifying. He just sat on the throttle for the whole, I think, 8 minutes of qualifying till the last 2, and then did his laps.
Is he faster than anybody?
Yeah.
Oh.
It happens, man. Lighten up.
All right, here we go with the run up the hill, following the pace truck. Gary Lane leading the cruise. Gary is going to live forever in an iRacing pace truck now.
Yep. He's there.
Phantom will going right at it. Green flag right away as we headed to turn number 1. You guys touched on it earlier as far as the sun rising. Very early start to a race day, and sun's directly in their eyes going into turn 1.
And as that sun rises, it's going to get worse in race conditions. I think these early heat racers are going to have a little advantage here. Looks a little wet still. The sun hasn't come out, dried it out yet. The wind is usually calm in the morning, so you don't get that wicking. But as the day goes on, the heat comes up, the track dries out. Could be a whole nother ball game.
Yeah, these guys break away right now. We're seeing Trey Eagleston really, set his stride. Unless someone is able to catch up to him, he's gone.
Yeah, it looks like Lieberton and Johnson battling back there for second. But in close tow, you got Furman and Hanna. Hanna with the Mexican flag paint scheme. Loving it. Part of the Estero Beach crew.
Oh, and there goes a punt.
Yeah, I can see a little bit of net coating going on there with our, I believe that's second place there, Corbin.
Yeah, Corbin's jumping out. Same thing with Ricky. He's also net coating just a tad bit. But we actually, looks like we had someone with an iRacing error. You saw him stop on that back straight, and he just shot up. So he must have net coated and locked in, and then it booted him. That's a bummer.
Wait, who was that?
I think that was
Reese?
No, that was Vital, I believe. Or Vital.
Vital?
Yeah.
We'll call him Paul Vitti.
And Corbin is closing that gap. Look at him go.
And it looks like Lieberton and Johnson, they're bouncing back on the scoreboard here with the net coating. Scott, did we lose you again?
I believe so. We'll just we'll wait for Scott to pop back in.
Well, I'm not going to talk till Scott comes back. No, yeah, anybody believe that one? So it's Engelston up front. The 590. Lieberton still throwing it down big in second. Johnson trying to chase him down, but man, these top three have really broken away from the rest of the pack. And there comes the sun. Here comes the sun, I should say. It is bright as it peaks over the hills. That's going to be murder on these guys coming up the hills. And it looks like we're on that comp caution. Yep. 10 laps make up the total here. Halfway through, comp caution came out. Great shot back from the quarter panel of Trey Engelston, looking back at Corbin Lieberton and Ricky Johnson. As you can see, Hanna now comes into view as well as Vital. Furman and Gibson.
And we'll have that single pace comp caution until these guys get back out there, so we'll see what happens.
And it looks like we might have lost Loomis there. Down 2 laps there. Reese has got back in.
Loomis, that is the one that was.
It might have been the crash, and they probably had to get towed in.
Probably.
I think I saw Mondo out there throwing him in.
Oof. All right, here we go.
Oh, look at that. Lieberton's just reminding Trey that he's right behind him. As they come down the hill, pacing to the green flag. Here we go. Who will take Heat 1? We'll find out in 5 laps. As we go green, green, green once again, Engelston leads the charge in turn 1. A little bit of beating and banging going on there. Lieberton literally disappears and somehow gets back into it.
Oh. Yeah, that's the problem with having bad internet is that situation is going to pop up where you're going to black out, come back in, and you think you're driving straight, but someone else is in the same line as you. And sorry guys, but that can't happen. And we just had an upset. Looks like both.
I'm trying to figure out how that just happened there.
Yeah, that's a little bit of net coding and a little bit of people being able to get around them because they're net coding.
Liking the path blue ribbon, the PBR.
Oh yeah.
And that's Furman. Vitale in tow there.
Ooh.
Oh,
giving a
Vitale.
little bump into that corner.
Yeah, we call that Nerf racing.
Honestly, he got lucky that he got a push right before that corner came up. If he was on the inside of that corner and then got that bump, ooh,
yeah,
bad day.
Well, I think that Furman got on the binders a little bit quicker there, and Vitale wasn't expecting it and wasn't done out of malice. It didn't cause him to lose a position there, so I think race control might be okay with that.
Yeah, and also at the same time, these cars don't have brake lights, or these trucks don't have brake lights, so if someone's hitting the brakes, you're not going to know unless you see that distance change real fast.
It's like all of a sudden I can read the serial number in the back of that bar.
Oh, look at the sponsors.
Yes.
Hey guys.
And you're back. There we go.
I've been talking to myself for so long. Hey, I've been watching the battle for second, third, and now fourth.
This is awesome.
2-3 laps.
This is beautiful.
I think it's your PBR truck trying to make the run.
Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing right now. In fact,
oof.
Yeah, Brandon Furman's been running a really good race. He's kind of like minding his own business, but just absolutely getting shoved around, punted around by everybody around him. He's running a nice, clean race, except for his competitors against him.
There's a lot of beating and banging going on there, and it looks like Furman gets he's able to recover. Johnson, that would be the son of Rick D. Johnson, Barstow Rick, by the way. Figured that one out. One of the mini Ricky Johnsons.
Oh, Oversend. He went in hot into that corner.
And look at this. Vitale and Johnson able to get by Furman. Furman falls back another position. So Eggleston walks away with this one.
So you know
not
this
today,
is
not today.
You got two very aggressive drivers right now. We're going to race each other into the corner. Meanwhile, you got Furman right there waiting for them to take each other out, which is exactly what happened.
What a run.
Yep. Right place, right time. Smart driving, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, I've been keying on Furman, and he's running an exceptionally clean race.
He was just tired of getting pounded on, I think.
And there we go. That's going to be the finish. Trey Eggleston going to take first. Brandon, solid second. Way to go.
Brandon, yeah, awesome run.
If I could, I'd high-five him right now. That was a beautiful run. Oh, hello.
Did somebody just McGrath that corner?
Yeah, someone just went flying.
Did you notice that Furman must have planned ahead for tonight's race because he put a PBR sticker on the belly pan?
That's awesome. All right, let's get ready for the next lineup, starting off with Brody Graham up in front.
All right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that looks good. Go ahead. You got it?
All right, so we have Brody Graham in the number 66, Randy Merritt in the 618. We have Mason Prater in number 5. Oh, and Mikey Lawrence in the number 85. And we have Austin Farner in the 115.
Fish.
Antho Davis. I know Antho from the beginnings of trophy truck racing on iRacing. Way to see you up there, man. Running in the 469. We have George Lamosa. I believe a Lomosas.
Lomosas.
There we go. And the 88, Justin Peck in the 49. And I'm going to... How do you say that one? That's
It's Charles Schlevy.
Schlevy?
Yes, you know Charlie. Charlie Schlevy.
Charlie Schlevy.
Charlie.
Blah.
Little Charlie.
Yeah.
And the 149. Good to see him up here.
Who's he?
He's actually the son of Charlie Schlevy.
Yep.
Obviously, his daddy's junior.
Yep.
Nice.
But Charlie, his dad, is an extremely fantastic fabricator. Has been in the business for, his entire career, his entire life.
Yeah.
He's worked with some of the biggest names in off-road racing, both desert and short course.
In fact, the same guy did desert and short course too. When he was the Menzies for a lot of years.
In fact, I think he's crew chiefing for Ricky Gutierrez.
Oh yeah,
this year.
Yes, he is. In fact, he just moved over. Actually, when I ran over the regionals, and I'm like, "What are you doing here?" And he goes, "With the Gutierrez's now." So,
yeah,
very cool.
I'll tell you, he's got a stacked crew this year. Ricky does.
Oh yeah.
He was very, very smart bringing in the guys that he did. So he set the table for a fantastic season. He's got the best of minds, the best equipment, the best support. Now he just has to get it on the track and show what he's got.
Yep.
So a little question from ignorance: how large of a crew do you need to run in dirt in the sense of like say Pro Truck Series?
Well, Pro 2, you probably need less guys than a Pro 4, but I would say at least 3 or 4 guys minimum.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I would say 4.
Yeah.
One guy's got to beat Geppetto. He's got to run the show.
Yep.
He's got to see everything. He's got to watch the semi. He's got to watch the pit area. He's got to watch the truck. He's got to watch the prep. All that. Then you got the 3 guys and their specialty areas, whether it be the drivetrain, one guy, a chassis, the other guy, another shock guy. It's all inclusive. It's like one guy does not specialize in one single category. He has to pretty much diversify between probably 2 or 3. So if you're a shock guy, you better know tires as well.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. If you're an engine guy, you better know transmissions also.
And other guys, they'll have, some teams will have, at least 5, 6 guys on the truck too.
Oh yeah, and then throw something else at you. The guys that got multiple trucks, they'll have 4 guys per truck.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then absolutely.
And then you got Kyle LeDuc that it's him and a crew chief usually, and 1 or 2 other guys. Kyle gets in there and he's kind of like the crew chief himself. All right, well, let's take a look at it. Brody Graham in the 66 still staging up there with Merritt next to him. Should get this going. It sounds like you're getting ready to the fuel. Maybe they heard you.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's lighten it up. Mason Prater's looking good, though. I love it. New teammate to Ryan Beat there, and one of the Beat Motorsports built pro lights.
Oh, man, looks like we are...
Yeah, don't wreck this car.
Austin's in there.
Yeah, Fish.
Yeah, Austin made it very cool because he was a last-minute entry. He was hoping to get in and didn't know if he'd be able to or not.
Mr. Fishtistics.
Well, I just happen to notice Charlie Schlevy's running an interesting combination of Mazda with the Red Bull.
That's correct. Yeah, it's a pretty awesome paint scheme.
All right, green, green, green. Here we go. Graham, Merritt, Lawrence, Prater, Farner, Dave, Lamosas, Peck, and Schlevy. Oh, you can hear that contact.
Luckily, that was a pretty clean entrance for most turn 1s.
I was going to say, don't, hold your breath.
Turn 2 does come up real fast. Should have held my breath.
Yeah, there was turn 2. There's Antho. I see him in the yellow and black. You can see right now running out front, Brody Graham, Merritt, and Farner. Look at Mikey Lawrence trying to fight back up in 4th. Scott.
No.
Okay, just making sure we didn't lose you again.
Yeah, I'm hanging tight. I'm kind of anxious to see how Fish does in this race because he's one of these guys that just lives, breathes, eats, sleeps off-road racing, both desert and short course, and tons and tons and tons of knowledge. And when you have a tendency to watch trucks and watch the sport, you have a tendency to watch the track and how these trucks handle. And he's one of these kind of guys that, even though he hasn't been have this in his blood, born and raised in this sport, the passion has carried him to where he's at right now.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with that. Good dude, for sure. If he ain't on the boat fishing, he's living and breathing off-road.
Yeah.
And on board with Mikey Lawrence there. Another former short course driver. Spends most of his time playing in the desert. running a trophy truck now. Multiple Class 10 wins in score. Mason Prater, first year in a pro light this year, and can't wait to see him do it. He's been turning some fast laps out the regionals, but he's going to play with the big boys now, and he's doing well in the Pro 4.
Yeah, he's keeping it together.
Look at that. Prater and Lawrence side by side. Great to see Justin Peck here also. Justin, former pro light driver in the Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing Series, raced a little Crandon too, and spent a lot of time in the desert. Peck's still running the 49, Levitt. I know he wrote a book, I just can't remember the name of it now. But a real go-getter, motivational speaker.
I know that you've been around the sport quite a while, Dave, and it still amazes me and almost makes me ill to my stomach to hear these names of some of these young drivers from the trophy car days now running in the pro classes.
Oh, I know.
Mason Prater is a perfect example. It scares the hell out of me because I still see him in my head as this little kid that's like belt buckle high.
Oh yeah, I mean Elliott Watson. You know, Hardesty. He was just a little
Sheldon Creed.
I know.
Jeepers criminy.
Hey, the one that blew me away, Scott, the one that blew me away is I was at a race and Bradley Morris goes and buys me a beer and brings me over, and I'm looking, I'm like, wait a minute. You're 21 now?
Yeah. I remember when I was doing the Arizona regional races, and I got up on stage one time, and all of a sudden, I looked at Miles Cheek.
Oh yeah.
And he looked down at me and goes, "How you doing?"
Yeah.
Like, oh, when that happened? As Mason Prater goes up and over, he's on his lid.
Oh, he flipped.
Finds himself. Yep.
There we go. He got himself back over.
All right, Randy Merritt still out front now, and Graham, Lawrence, Davis, Peck, Lamosas, Farner, and Prater, unfortunately, can rod to the deal up there at turn 1.
You know, honestly, the battle
cleaned up.
Go ahead, Scott.
Go ahead. No, I was just saying that the things have really cleaned up since I'd say lap and a half, first lap, 2 laps maybe, but things have really cleaned up. The drivers are doing a heck of a job. Not a lot of beating and banging, and skillfully trying to avoid each other. It appears to right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I was about to say, before that first first caution came out, or comp caution, we had pretty much 3 battles for both 2nd and 3rd, 4th and 5th, and 5th and 6th and 7th, pretty much going toe to toe the whole way.
And really, to be honest with you, I don't see anybody's, that much better than the competition. Really, nobody's standing out. Yeah, but you got Mikey Lawrence running well up front, but he's been very, very quiet. Hasn't been spectacular, almost stealth-like. I like to use that word stealth-like, because he's so quiet running up front.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm sorry, I should have said it's Randy Merritt that's running up front.
Yeah, Randy Merritt. Yeah, Graham, though.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
He was out front earlier, now Merritt. And whoa! Up and over the 469 of Antho Davis, lands rubber side down. Took us for the barrel roll.
Oh.
And there it is again.
Ouch.
I thought you were doing
it. It really wasn't his fault. He had nowhere to go.
No.
There's a car in front of him.
That's a tough thing.
Off the retaining wall.
When you have those guys running really hard in the front and they catch that K-rail, it snags them real hard, and then there's nowhere you can really go because you're already in that slide.
I was waiting for our critical hit replay, it looked like.
If I had long enough cautions, I would be able to throw it out there.
Absolutely.
All right, so we have a battle for 2nd and 3rd right now.
Graham and Lawrence going at it.
They've been doing that for what? Almost the whole 10 laps.
Brody's a quarter of the age of Mikey.
He's giving Mikey a run for his money.
Oh, yeah. Mike's looking, I'll tell you, he's looking very smooth. And so is Brody. And, you know, he's driving like he drives his trophy car. It's very smooth. Always noticed that about him. Give a little brake check there to Lawrence.
And there we go. Brody taking second place.
So it's Merritt, Graham, Lawrence, Farner in fourth, Prater fifth, Lamosa sixth, Justin Peck down a lap seventh, and Antho Davis. Ooh.
Is that fish being ticked off? Now, didn't you tell me last week or the week before that even though the checker flag is flown, if there's anything like this that happens after the race is done, there's still damage to that truck?
No, that does not carry over.
No?
I kind of
Okay.
wish it did. I think that's what we talked about. You know, we wish that it would carry over.
Yeah.
So that way we would see it in their fresh truck when they go into, you know, the feature race that they damaged on a heat lap.
They have
They
your
didn't time to
virtual
fix.
crew chief out there, you know, with a big breaker bar.
Baseball
trying
bat
to
beating on his driver.
Yeah. What have you done?
What were you thinking? Oh.
All right, let's go ahead and run through the line.
Hey, guys, I just got a message from Fish. He was trying to launch it off the wall.
It's the wrong wall, Fish.
That's why it's called the wall.
Yeah, you gotta like hit those from this like an angle.
Yeah. That or you got to get help over with a friendly teammate.
Tell you guys, we got a stacked field in this heat race.
That is correct. We have a Tom and Elliot Watson in
It'd just be
first.
Elliot.
I like doing the full name. Thank you.
Elliot. Sorry.
You guys need to get out more.
Oh man, this quarantine has not been good to me. Stuck in a room. All right, let's go ahead and run through the field.
Brock Dickerson is right after Elliot Watson there. Looks like Mateus or Jonah. Rodrigo Empuria.
Oh.
Caden Danbury.
What the heck?
Somebody just blew their motor.
Someone took my advice a little too far.
Kyle Cooper was that. And then you got Ashton Perfect in the 90. Perfect Motorsports. And then
That was Ezra.
Ezra Eberts. Oh, no.
Ezra just blew a motor. Oh, no, he's back.
Do you have to get a new car?
I don't think that's going to happen. He's going to get towed to the pits, I'm pretty sure.
And Eric Jacobus.
With JE Racing.
Yep. So it looks like. I wonder if old Danny's going to be talking to Ezra on that one. He's been a crew chief for many times. What are you doing? Blowing your motor.
Remember, you can't hold down the pedal. You got to rev it.
Yeah. Let's see if I got a rev limiter.
And that's one thing that maybe we never touched upon with these open setups for this series. You have a chance of actually tuning your truck to be running hot and has a chance to actually pop mid-race. So a lot of these guys that they brought up, hey, you don't want to actually max out your rev limiter when you're shifting. You want to stay within the yellow. If you hit red, you're actually doing engine damage, and you run a chance of actually blowing your engine.
I haven't got that advanced yet on. I got to start playing with some of that stuff.
I've just been listening, so.
Well, I have too.
Hey, guys, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. When's the last time I heard somebody lift or burp the throttle once or twice as they're in the air over a jump?
Oh, yeah.
They can do that.
Yeah, you can, but they don't. They keep it pinned.
And that's just kind of an amateur hour kind of thing.
Well,
These people need to kind of tone down a little bit.
And you got something they actually took into effect here is gyroscopic. When you're like going down the front straightaway, if you're full speed and you lay on that throttle right off the finish line on that one jump, your nose will come straight up in the air. and then you tail slap, lose control, blow your shocks, dogs and cats, hysteria.
Yeah, everywhere.
Well, more importantly, is like if you're on the throttle when you land.
Yeah.
Your tires are spinning what 80, 85 miles an hour.
Probably faster.
And you land, and you're only going 65 through the air. Where does all that pressure go? To the complete drivetrain.
Yep.
Something's gonna give.
It's that, or it's gonna tweak your frame.
Yeah.
All that weight transferring instantly. Ugh, does not sound good.
Well, in real life, it'd break, drivetrain or axle or a wheel.
Yeah.
Hey, we got another Midwest guy out there. Kyle Cooper's back in the Flannery Chevy Thunder entry.
Ooh, that's the Flannery. That's a legendary name for or truck builders.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool to see that. It's kind of like the Jimmy Johnson Chevy Thunder that Sheldon Creed was running.
Yep.
So can you see the colors now?
Some of them.
Some of them. Okay.
I wasn't going to talk about that though. Remember?
Well, I was just going to blame it on your colorblind.
So what does Elliot's truck look like?
Elliot
is a Honda.
Red.
What?
Honda red.
Shut up.
Yep. Honda red and white. Honda Talon.
Hold Control R or hit Control R at the same time, and they'll all go white, and then they'll start refreshing all their paint schemes.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. So loving that General Tire Honda Talon on there. Brock Dickerson.
I got
the
black
designs.
number 3.
Oh.
It is a number 3 though, so at least we get the numbers.
You got the number right.
And what about Danbury's truck? What's his look like?
Danbury's running a Shreddy purple and black number 27.
Looks good.
Yes, it does.
Shreddy, baby.
Oh, you got the black right.
All right, let's get it.
All right, look at that Gary Lane hauling the mail down the front straight.
Fastest truck out there, man.
Green.
That did not take long.
Oh,
Whoa.
man.
Nope, don't go 3 wide on the front stretch.
Oh! Sorry, they was getting punting all over the place.
And he just received the same.
And more
Whoa.
punting. So we're down to 4 trucks.
Ouch.
From 7 to 4 in a blink of an eye, we'll bring out the caution flag.
And there we go.
If they've survived to do a complete restart, I take it?
I think so. I don't think race admin's very happy with what just happened down the track. And you kind of saw it happening. They went 3 wide on that open. Everyone in the back stepped out like they wanted to take that inside line, and you can't do that. You got to let a couple laps go past so you can start whittling people off and doing it one by one. You can't go toe-to-toe with people.
Yeah, and here's the thing. The drivers are listening, because I just got the message from Fish a little bit ago, so they're listening.
Oh, yeah.
The passing if you're doing any passing right away early in the race, not on turn 1.
No.
Watch for turn 2. Turn 2 is where the pass is going to be.
Yep.
Yeah, we see it every time.
The opportunities. Yeah.
You're not going to win the race in the first turn.
No. And then even on turn 3, someone is going to overshoot it, and you take that inside line on them, and you can march up that hill.
Well, there's a lot of guys.
And here we go. We're green, green, green.
And it looks like Dickerson into turn 1 is going to lead him here with Watson right off his quarter panel. Matez Arjona and Rodrigo Ampudia following 3rd and 4th with Keaton Danbury. And look at this, Ampudia up to 3rd now. Cooper moves to 4th. And how about this, Ashton Perfect now up to 5th. And that was just buying your time out of turn 1 into turn 2. Scott, got to say you called that one.
I'm telling you, top 3, 4 trucks so far, very clean. As we're can't want to say this, finally complete lap number 1.
Yeah. Finally. So It's
I
Dickerson.
just got another message from Fish. He goes, "Damn, I suck at this game."
And that's one thing I think a lot of new drivers that are, professional drivers that maybe don't realize is this game actually takes a little bit of practice. You can't just hop in and feel like you're going to transfer straight over.
I just gotta remind Fish, what was it like the first time you went out fishing? Did he catch the whale right away? No.
You caught a minnow.
Exactly. Unless you use critical hit bass lures, you're going to catch yourself a big, big fish.
What a segue. Scott, I got to ask you, have you gotten your setup yet?
Nope, still waiting for my computer to show up. So I'm just like, but you know what? iRacing will probably go out of business before I get my computer.
Oh man, that's not good. Oh!
Oh,
no,
big
hey guys,
contact.
was that kind of a little bit harsh, or was that it was perfect? Door handle, but it was pretty hard.
Yeah.
It was hard, but it was a good move. That opening was there.
Ooh, a slam there, the left quarter panel there to the front right of Watson as Watson and Dickerson battle for the top spot. Both are qualifying positions. So, a little gap back, but you got Rodrigo back there. Ooh, got to be careful.
There's a couple of trophy car kids we've been talking about right there. 1 and 2.
And we go on board with Rodrigo Ampudia, the Papa Sabir Lucas Oil Monster Energy driver. See how he let off there? That was important. He landed on all 4 wheels, very smooth.
Oh, and we got an upset. The 23 getting turned a little bit.
And it looks like Watson goes in the lead. As we go back out with a wide shot there. Watson in the lead. Dickerson. A little gap now, breathing room. Ampudia starting to reel him in. Like a big mouth bass on a critical hit lure.
Almost had it smooth. We're working on our segues over here.
Don't give up your day job.
I might have.
Great shot off the front straightaway there, just past the flag tower.
Well, you saw Elliot Watson right there. He's got his brakes up, almost all rear brake right now. He goes into turn 1. Rear tires are completely locked up going into the corner.
Yeah, and I think we just saw Brock Dickerson roll himself.
Yeah, it looks like Dickerson is out in the back now because here comes Ampudia. Now, Scott, you could adjust the bias settings on that, or you could have your kind of like your e-brake.
And you can actually do that mid-race too. If you have yourself any equipment for that, like button boxes or stuff like that.
Or you can assign a button on your wheel.
Yeah, you can put it on your wheel too. If your wheel has signable buttons, you can definitely do that.
Yep, mine does. I'm learning how to do that now.
It honestly makes a huge improvement in for a lot of the drivers.
And you could also look left, look right, look up, look down, set off a button for tear-offs. Change the bias from the front to the rear, how much braking you get.
Well, that's probably the hardest thing in Pro 4 is getting these trucks to rotate. And the easiest, quickest way to do it is to put the brake bias onto the rear.
Yeah, I found out using the e-brake. Slide it around.
Can't you, I don't know, I know you used to be able to back years ago. I don't know if it's still that case now. They had the pedals. They actually had 2 brake pedals.
Yeah, I remember that.
You press the outside to the left brake pedal.
Yep.
And it pushes them both down.
Yep.
If you push just the one to the right,
it was just the back brake.
Just the right one down. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they still have that kind of setup where you can actually do your brakes side to side as well as front to back.
It's been a couple of years. I think the last truck I saw that in was Josh Merrill had one of the old trucks that Scott Douglas had. And I know he ran it, but I know they changed the way they did that.
Well, guys, I hate to interrupt this awesome story, but we are on the last lap, and we have a head-to-head.
I'm watching this unfold. I don't want to jinx anybody. As Rodrigo Ampudia goes in the lead, fights his way by Watson, but here comes Dickerson swinging, trying to get back into the mix.
Yeah, I'd keep my eye on Brock. I think he sees an opening, and he's going to take it.
Watson might give a little love back to Ampudia.
Oh, a little bit of a push to push.
And Rodrigo Ampudia wins heat number 2. Watson comes across in second, and Dickerson.
Dave, correct me if I'm wrong.
That's
Is
heat
that
number
like
3.
the first race that Rodrigo's finished with almost all his body panels on?
We need to talk to him about that.
Well, you know what?
Come on.
It's the last 2 laps. That's when you're going for a qualifying position.
He waited.
Yeah.
That's what you want to see.
That's what I want to see. These guys were smooth.
Rodrigo's got to pay the bills, so he wants to see Papa some beer on the side of his truck when he crosses the finish line, especially as the winner.
No, and he did the right thing. He ran it till the last 3 laps and then started pushing. He started making his way up the track, gave people opportunity to stretch out a little bit, and then went 1-to-1 with people, which is what you want to do. You don't want to go, pushing people around when you have 3 or 4 cars in a pile. If you can go door to door with one person, then you can play it a little safer.
Absolutely.
One of the things I'm noticing too, especially in that last screenshot after the race, that the track is not really drying out just yet. I don't see any blue grooves.
It's so early in the morning.
Not a lot
maybe.
of dust.
What's happening is each time they start a new racing heat, they regroove the track.
Regroom.
So that's what you're seeing right now, is the track being groomed each time.
Yeah, we had the Missouri boys out there. Well, it's the Missouri boys that are doing a little track maintenance right now.
So while they wait in the gridding position, that's what's pretty much happening, is someone's taking a nice tractor across and grooming it.
You guys are so full of it.
I can show you the tractors. They're on the track. I'm just kidding. I wish. That'd be kind of cool.
Nothing runs like a deer. A John Deere, that is. So this is going to be a real interesting one. Brian Osborne, the 54. 307 of Colton Burns. 91, Luis Patino. Then looks like Francisco. Move your mouse there so I can read his name.
Sorry about that. Oh no, that's not my mouse.
Oh.
That's his last name.
Piazza?
We'll just go with
Francisco. And then Reese Neuer, Jason Sandrowski, Richie Hartman, Jeff Oberg.
Funny story about that. I remember Chris mentioning that he wanted to get his son a second account so they could race at the same time. He got tired of his son racing on his account.
Oh, Reese? Yeah.
Yeah. Which is good to see.
And then let's see here.
I love the fact Jason Zdrowski's out there right now. Doesn't get the opportunity to get behind the wheel of anything besides a camera lens.
I was going to say, he's trying to photobomb out there.
Yeah, that's pretty neat to see him out there. I like that.
Let's check all his GoPros he's got set up in his cockpit right now.
Yeah.
But he's on the outside cam. He's got the rear view.
He's got more cameras than anybody, I'm sure.
Yeah, but he's got only one sponsor.
Him?
One sponsor. iRev, really? I think in the record panel there's room for my wife.
Yeah. Well, it's every married man's sponsor.
Did he what?
Oh wait, Fish just sent me a message. I gotta see if I can get it. I guess Jason says if he beats any real racers, they're gonna need to retire.
That was a good one.
That sounds just like Jason to me.
Yeah. So he's got some wicked photos.
And I don't know how else to put this, but he's got a big set of you know what strapped between his legs, man. Because some of the positions he puts himself in, taking these pictures, strapping himself to a helicopter.
That's awesome.
Half the time hanging out of the helicopter. Oh man, the guy's got a set. I'm telling you, there's no way I would. He does this for profession too. Oh boy, so impressive.
Oh, okay. We just got a notice, and we were trying to figure out Pina's last. Or it looked like Piazza, but it's Pina Francisco. He's one of the crew chiefs of the Ensenada-based Score Light Racing program. They're saying Team Arjona Racing. That's awesome.
What's EOL penalty?
Oh, an EOL is someone that's going to get moved to the back of the line. So,
which is the gentleman you were just talking about, the 307, I guess, is going to be moving back.
He might have missed the driver's meeting.
That was Colton Burns. 307?
307 is Colton Burns, not...
Oh, I'm sorry. I just happened to be looking at 307. No, actually, it's Francisco that's being given the EOL penalty, and he'll be going to the back.
That's a bummer. Possibly he missed the driver's meeting, and that's, I believe, is when they dish out the EOLs, is during...
and what does the EOL stand for? You want to translate?
EOL, I know it's someone that gets moved to the back line, but I'm assuming it's... I couldn't tell you exactly what it means. I just know that you get moved to the back.
Is there anything on the side of the Black 54 besides black?
Rhino. Black Rhino.
Is there?
Yep, Black Rhino. Black and red, looking good. Another young man watched it grow up through it. I'm sure Pops Kenny's watching.
Oh, end of line.
End of line. Okay. Never heard it referred to that.
It's I think they use it for NASCAR and stuff like that. For since iRacing is mainly, based for NASCAR and stuff.
We usually just we didn't make the race. You're getting a penalty. You're going to the back of the line. Qualified last now.
So he got a BOL.
Back of line.
Yeah, kind of put some SOL at the start of the race.
Well, you never know. He might get lucky, and some of the front guys might be fighting it out, and he'll find an opening.
Yep.
That's what happens.
All right, looks for going around. They're going to start this right away here. This is the last heat race. This will set the field.
I'm telling you guys, I really haven't seen anyone really stand out in any of the heat races yet. Probably the most impressive one was Rodrigo in the last heat race, taking the lead and winning on the last lap. Other than that, I really haven't seen anybody really absolutely 100% dominate anything yet. Oh. There's that turn one crap again.
Not shocked on that one.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to be seeing a caution come out if this continues.
I wonder what this track would do if they ran it backwards. Sorry, just a thought off the top of my head.
It'd be a lot of fun. That downhill, though, would be insane.
Yeah. So it's Osborne, Zendrowski, Burns, Bettino, Obering, Pena, Hartman, and Newer. The running orders, they come around and run down the front straightaway. Great shot from the mole cam.
Dug it myself.
Figure NASCAR's got the gopher cam, we got the mole cam.
We like moles better anyways.
Guys, I'm impressed by Zendrowski so far. He's keeping it clean, nice and tight, nothing really outlandish. He's not out of control, let's put it that way.
Catching the rail a little bit, but definitely keeping it competitive.
But how about Brian Osborne? I'd say he's been putting some laps in.
I think so. He's definitely way better than he was. Yeah. Oh wow.
He's not driving over his head at all right now.
Very smooth. You got to get into that groove with these things because, it's the feedback of the wheel. You're gonna feel some of it, but sometimes you just want to overcorrect. So it's Osborne, Burns, Patino, Zendrowski still hanging, tough and fourth. Look at he's leaning out the window taking pictures again. Jason, put your head back in the car.
That's why we have nets.
I've seen him stick that lens through a net before.
That's awesome.
See, here's the thing to keep in mind too. It's like, who would probably make the best driver if they're not drivers already?
Someone that's been watching.
A spotter.
Them. Yeah.
A spotter.
Yeah.
Because they watch how the trucks handle. They watch the track. They know how the lines are. They know how to read things. They know how to read the track. And I'm kind of thinking that's falls right in line with Zendrowski. He watches the track. He watches these trucks.
Yeah, okay.
So he's reading the track, and I think that's what's got him into the top 5 so fast. As it looks like there's a yellow out right now.
Competition
That's
caution.
correct.
We're halfway through this one.
That was the comp yellow already?
Yeah, so at beginning of lap 5, they thought the comp yellow. They run one lap, and then, or they run a slow lap, and then come around and go green on the finish.
Yeah, go right green right away.
Yep.
So they end up burning a lap that way.
Instead of having to take 3 laps with the iRacing cautions.
Gary Lane's already pulled off the track, and he's back home having coffee.
But yeah, back to your point about someone that's spotting, having a good bird's eye view. It allows you to kind of do what a crew chief's supposed to do, is analyze the course or analyze the track, go over positions, watch other drivers, see what they do, how they handle, what the lines they want to take, how it affects the truck, and then make small modifications.
Dave can probably relate to this. Back in the Midwest, you got CJ, the son, CJ Greaves, and Johnny Greaves, the dad. And for years, CJ would spot for his dad. And right now, the last couple of years, they've been racing against each other in Pro 4. So CJ knows his dad's driving style like the back of his own.
And that's why so many times he's passed him right there at the last lap, the last corner. We've watched it happen. So Osborne, with a great restart, runs down the hill to turn number 2. Colton Burns right on his tail. Here comes Sandrowski, who's sitting third, looking smooth. He might be putting some tweets out saying, "Boys, you better retire." Here comes Sandrowski.
Well, he's racing for a podium right now, and he's kind of in the middle of 2nd and 4th out there in Never Never Land. So you think he's running to save the position, or is he going after 2nd?
I think he's going after 2nd.
I would agree with that. Yeah, it's within reach. You might as well go for it.
You got nothing to lose. It's either you get 2nd or you go home.
Guys, I got another message from Fish. He goes, "It's actually probably Jason's kid driving."
Yeah.
Oh, hell.
How old is he now? What, 8? 7, 8? It's good.
Oh, man, it's getting aggressive there. Colton Burns leaned on Brian Osborne a tad coming out of turn number 2. Osborne able to hang on to it and pulled ahead about 2 truck lengths.
Yeah.
Osborne's got the hammer down, that's for sure.
Oh, overshooting the groove. That is a bad choice. But still has enough lead to save it. And look at that rotation on Colton.
A little bit too much. Scrubbed off a little bit too much momentum right there.
I think he wanted to because he didn't want to go to the side of Osborne.
Very smart, though.
Because he could have easily have clinged him.
Sandrowski, though, he is so close to Burns. Little mistake. Now you can see the track blue groove in there.
Oh, and he overshot.
Oh.
Broadcaster's curse.
He just put it into the marbles.
Stay right there. You heard Burns coming off that jump. Never lifted the throttle whatsoever. Landed, kept on going. And in real life, you probably would have snapped an axle at the very least.
Oh, yeah. With all that side load and with full throttle. Yeah. On board with Osborne as he looks back.
Tell you, Burns is starting to hang it out, man. He's starting to back into the corner hard, very aggressively pitching it sideways into the corners, trying to make something happen. And if he's not careful, could bite him real quick because Zandrowski's not very far behind.
I think it bit him a little bit as Osborne able to pull away a little bit more. Got another car length on him.
And Zandrowski just lost 3rd. Trying to come back to the inside. He's got the spot back.
Patino
and now
coming.
He knows he's getting,
Oh. Well, this should be it, isn't it?
That's correct. Yeah, we're on our final lap. Going into the finish right now. Going to be Brian Osborne followed up by Colton Burns. And
best finish for Jason Zandrowski.
Way to go.
One of off-road racing superheroes. Photo man.
High rev photos.
Oh, he's even got a belly pan sticker. High rev.
That's awesome.
I remember some of the racers that we know pretty well where they've been known to flip. We used to tell them, put your sponsors on the belly. I think these guys are listening to us.
Well, the thing is, too, that, these trucks were constructed and made to have the fiberglass outer bodies to be ripped off with no damage and to keep on going.
Yep.
Well, that now exposes the interior aluminum body panels.
Yep.
They're just like square. They encapsulate the cage. These guys, a lot of them will throw stickers, much like resembling the exterior skins on the interior skins. So you'd never know.
Yeah, exactly.
Papas and Beers is going to be on the door panel on the inside of Rodrigo's truck, just like it is on the fiberglass outside.
You know, it's pretty cool. I just saw a post by Rodrigo. I know coming up here at Papas and Beer down in, it was an Ensenada one, they're going to have Little John. I thought that was pretty cool. They throw some good parties at Papas and Beer, I got to tell you.
Well, guys, I think it's time to talk about our sponsors for this season, or this series, and also for the broadcast.
Most definitely. And, of course, very important sponsor to us, of course, CBR Performance Products. How about AIM Data? CDC Apparel. It's just not clean.
It's super clean.
Bomber Eyewear, Sparco, K&N, Lawrence Equipment, and Rigid Industries. And, of course, this broadcast brought to you by
Critical Hit Bass Lures. If you're not fishing with Critical Hit, I don't know why you're fishing at all. So go ahead and check out their Instagram, get yourself a set. And then also to Southern California's Nautilus Media Systems for your AV integration and networking needs. If you're feeling a little slow out there with your internet, check them out if you're in the Southern California area, and they'll help you out.
And if you're guilty of net coding in Southern California, call Nautilus. They'll get you back and stop your trucks from blinking.
That's correct. All right.
Well, I know why they blink. Their blinker fluid's empty.
Oh, you know what? That's what we need to change.
Guys, I gotta tell you, I really like Brandon Furman's Pabst Blue Ribbon truck. I really like that thing, man.
It really makes me want a Pabst Blue PBR ribbon right now.
You just reminded me of when the beer commercial that was in the middle of Austin Powers, where you had the Heineken just appear out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, yes. Speaking of beers,
I like Mickey Thomas's truck too. Very nice look. Blue with the black and gold. Very, very sharp.
The Mystic Lubricants backed machine. You know, speaking of guys that drink beer, Bill and Doug McKenzie. Do you know that the astronauts that are going to send up in SpaceX are both Bill and Doug? You wonder if they're got a drinking problem like the McKenzie boys. Just saying.
I don't know the history behind that.
You don't know Take Off Your Hoser?
Nope.
Take Off Your Great White North?
Nope.
He's too young.
I'm too young for that.
Hey, Dave.
I know.
Take your left hand, lean forward, slap upside the head, would you?
That's what I'm thinking. Oh, damn millennials.
This is why I wear a helmet.
No,
You don't know what's going to hit you.
You wear a helmet because you're special.
Hey, just because he rode a short bus when he was a kid doesn't make him that special.
He practices on the iRacing in a short bus. He's the shuttle driver from the hotel to the racetrack in iRacing.
I wonder if they should do that like we have on the Lucas Oil on the Edge, school bus racing, short bus racing.
That would be awesome. Have you guys ever heard of the Gambler 500?
Oh, of course.
That is, I've always wanted to do that. That's actually what that car in my front yard was supposed to be, but never happened.
Ah.
You mean the one that's on blocks with no wheels?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that your double wide? I didn't know that.
When in doubt, throttle it out.
Exactly.
You got outdoor speakers that constantly play dueling banjos.
All right. Well, it looks like they've burned this track in.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are they gonna pit stop before and refuel before they go take the green?
They should be.
Oh.
Nice long warm up. But look who's got the fastest time out there.
That's shocking. My question was at the beginning of the broadcast, who can stop him? Alan Impudia.
Exactly. Surprise, surprise.
The fast man.
When you have people around you, someone that is good at dodging cars and weaving his way through, Alan Impudia.
Where's Big Bro? Rodrigo.
Right in front of him, actually. Just not on...
I'm looking at the...
Rodrigo. There we go, number 20. Or 20, P20.
Yeah. But
Riley's got a 49.84. Holden Heitritter's got a 49.97.
Luke just beat him by a whole tenth of a second. Look at that.
Yeah, just looking at an eye right now. How long are they going to go for the warm-up?
Warm-up's going to be, it's got 1:50,
okay.
So we're almost done.
It almost like, man, save your truck for the race.
Yeah.
These guys are throwing down some quick times.
Thomas has got a 49.77.
Now, these are qualifying times they're throwing.
Looking up's got a 49.76. Damn.
It looks like Alan was waiting up there with, let's see, who we on board with here?
Holden Heitritter. Yep.
It looks like Holden, yep. He's going to take the flags down. Let Alan get by.
I spent a really long time putting those things up, so thank you, Holden. All the Rockstar banners, all the flags, all the banners around the K-rails.
Hello.
That was...
Oh, quit your whining. Whoa.
It takes days, man.
That'd be Tommy Estrada and the crew. Lucas, the boys. I'll tell you what, man, the banner crew, man, they work hard. Whether you're in the Midwest or, the West Coast, man, the guys that go out and do the actual make the racetrack look pretty,
oh, yeah.
That's a hard job. Mad respect to those guys.
Yeah, they always seem to have one or two camera guys mad at them.
Yeah, I know. It's like, dude, that was right on my shot.
You don't hang a banner just once.
Yeah.
You don't hang a TV just once either. It goes up, and then they go, huh, I think it needs to go a little to the left.
I just said I want mine over the fireplace and make it center, and it was. It was once.
It was once.
Look at that. Trenton Briley throwing some fast times now. Luke Knapp's second. They're just, it doesn't mean much in the warm-up. Just taking a look at it, but they are like throwing down qualifying times.
Yeah, they are.
Luke and Trenton and Alan are only about...
Let me throw this at you guys.
What's that?
Let me throw this at you guys.
Okay.
Obviously, you're burning up tires out there in practice. Are they? Is part of the program they go back to the pits, put new tires on, and come back out?
Yep.
Opt off of fuel and new tires.
That's correct.
Okay.
All right.
So I don't want to sound like I'm an idiot. I just really don't. I am, but I don't know certain things about iRacing, so that's why.
Yeah.
I asked.
So each time a session loads, they get a completely new car, like it was brand spanking new out of the garage.
Nice.
Well, that's not cheap.
No, it's not. And that's the one joy about iRacing is you get to you get to shrug off that cost every single time. But now that we have everyone gridding up, let's go ahead and run through all the cars that made it into the feature race and talk about their beautiful colors and their sponsors.
Well, looking good there. Jared Brooks and that Jared Brooks 77, Bill Stein, General Tire Machine. And it looks like Holden Heitritter in the 512. And it looks like Voltage Motorsports. Mickey Thomas and that Mystic Lubricants, Rigid, Maxxis tires. And then we're going to go on to Trenton Briley, looking good there in that
92 Designs.
92 Designs.
Approved Memory.
Approved
and,
Memory. That's what I was trying to read.
Yep.
Shreddy, baby. And the Ultra Motorsports. Lucas Oil, Rigid Industries 77 of Luke Knapp. Braden Cheramani and that AM Ortega Construction. CSD. And then Ultra Wheels, Lucas Oil, Rigid Machine of Ethan Ebert. Signature Propellers Machine, Redline Oil, there of Zach Drapkin. Ronnie Anderson, that four-wheel parts. Walker Evans Wheels and Shocks. South Point, BF Goodrich Machine. Roland Johns looking good in the Mongo Racing RJ Racing Machine. And then we're on to Four Loco of the Papas and Beer Toyo Vision Wheels It's Alan Ampudia. Then we move it on to the 5.57 there of Miles Cheek. Sorry, I saw the Hellmans again. One to call mayonnaise. And then the affordable sticker services of Sean Heck. Darren Hardesty. Hot sauce, baby, in the Ultra Motorsports Lucas Oil. Rigid Industries. Braden Beatty's going to be in the Voltage Motorsports 69. 590. That's Trey Engelston in the Voltage Motorsports machine. Randy Merritt in that identical Mongo Racing Ultra Wheels Motul. And it looks like ADS shocks. Rodrigo Ampudia, Lucas Oil, Papasan Beer, Vision, Maxxis Tires, and Monster Energy. And Brian Osborne flying that Black Rhino 54 machine. And then Scott's favorite. It's PBR, baby. Path Blue Ribbon. BF Goodrich. And Valvoline on Brandon Furman. And Brody Graham in that BGR Racing.
Oh, it looks like it says Kissed by the Mist.
Kissed by the Mist.
Yep. That looks like a paint company.
Okay, that's what it says. And then it's Elliott Watson, the Honda Racing Talon, General Tire. And around our field, last but not least, it's Colton Burns in the Wood Orchards, the Apple Store. And, of course, more Midwest Off-Road Racing.
And we're just waiting on Sheldon Creed, probably running his usual Chevy.
The Chevy Thunder, the Jimmy Johnson special.
Yep.
You got to say, Miles Cheek, man, that kid is fast. Through the trophy carts, watching him in a production or even a turbo car, UTVs, kills it. Can't wait to see him go there. Son of the Iron Butterfly, Chuck Cheek, former pro buggy champion. Acorn did not fall from the tree very far. Both are good wheelmen.
That's something that's kind of I've always admired from racing families is how well the next generation does if they're kind of taught I've seen people that are lived in like kind of racing families or stuff like that where they get the buck passed down to them and they kind of just throw it away, and then you see people where they're kind of groomed into it and you see a completely different.
Well, it depends on how much pressure is put on that young driver too. I mean, I've watched Chuck with him, and he's like, hey, what do you want to do? You want to do it. Did that with all of his kids. Or both of his kids, I should say. But, Miles really took to it well like a duck to water. Watched him as a young kid. And, of course, how cool it is. Your dad's racing pro buggy, racing there. And you see that like with the Anderson family. With Ronnie. His, dad comes in a long legacy of racing. The whole family there. His brother's a racer. Uncle,
It's pretty awesome.
Darren Hardesty, another legacy racing family.
I think we missed Darren Hardesty during the lineup.
We did miss hot. No, I got hot sauce.
Oh, you got hot sauce? Okay.
Yeah. I remember his dad, Darren Sr., came up to me and his grandpa, and they're should have seen this kid in the motorhome on up here. He was just eating packets of Del Taco. It was Del Taco hot sauce from the Barstow Del Taco, probably.
I am guilty of that also. It was probably Del Scorcho. It's the best one.
So he ended up with the name Hot Sauce, and I'll tell you, a couple Pro Buggy Championships kind of proved it did something for him, right? Made him a little quicker.
A little pep in the step.
Yeah, put a pep in the step.
He had to go to the bathroom faster.
Yeah, I know. Let's get this race over with, man. Too much Del Scorcho.
I've been in that seat one too many times at a tournament.
Scott, we still got you.
Yeah, I was just kind of going down their lineup and trying to figure out exactly how many kids or how many drivers worked their way up through the field from trophy carts. And the best of my count, I think I came up with 12.
Yeah.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
Trophy carts.
15. 16.
That was very good.
I'm sorry, I was waiting for it.
The count, I know.
It was.
I had it prepped.
Actually, I got
minutes.
16 of them.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, 16 trophy cart kids. Watson, Graham. Now Osborne, was he in trophy? He was in trophy cart, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Both-
So actually,
both him
that's
and his
17.
brother.
Yeah, that's right. So 1, 2, 3. And
Just say the entire field minus 2.
yeah, I mean, even in the even the Impudias.
Allen was. Rodrigo wasn't.
No, I know. Well, that's what I meant to say. Allen was. But Holden Highritter, Trenton Briley, Jared Brooks, Sheldon Creed, Braden Chiramani, still a trophy cart kid. Luke Knupp, still a trophy cart kid. Ethan, moved up to Pro Light now. Surprised they don't have the Prado Raceway on the side of that thing, too. Ronnie
Wait,
Anderson.
isn't Luke in a pro light this year?
No. Luke is still in a trophy cart.
Yep. I think he just had it
This was last year.
Yeah, rewrapped though. I think he went with the new scheme.
Ethan's in a pro light this year. Ebert, sorry. We had the other Ebert racing earlier. We got Ebert and Ebert. All right, looks like we're going.
Whether the flagman wanted to or not.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And we are green, green, green.
Okay, I'm confused.
They,
What happened there?
Whoever was in the front did not punch it when the pace car took off, is what happened.
Not that we have never seen that before. Right. All right, here we go. Watching it here, Brooks. Little contact there.
Oh, man, that is not good.
Hi, Ritter. Looks like Creed not able to make the call. Thomas battling now with Knupp. Oh, up the K-rail, able to settle it back down. Okay, that shot right there, I almost blanked out and thought I was in a real race for a second.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It really kind of, if you watch certain sections, and Scott knows when we announce, it's to a monitor. We're watching what's going on the monitor when they're doing a live stream. So we can't really look at the track. So what we're seeing there, it almost flashed back to like how realistic this is.
And Jarrett Brooks coming out of nowhere. Look at this guy. Keeping his pace up in the front.
From trophy cart kid to pro truck driver to father and husband now. Hard to believe.
All that says is he's made his way through life doing a hell of a job, and you and I got old.
Yeah, I know. That's true. That is true. So it's Brooks, Highritter, Thomas, Briley, Knupp, and Chiramani. And we need to redo this here. I got it all messed up. So it's Brooks, Highritter, Knupp, Thomas, Ebert, Briley, Anderson, Johns, Beatty, Hardesty, the top 10. Then we go to Burns, Heck, Engelston, Osborne, Merritt, Cheek, Chiramani, and Rodrigo Impudia. Trying to figure out what happened to Allen, but we usually watch for him after the comp caution.
Allen got pushed all the way back to 21st.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. We'll wait till after comp caution.
He's biding his time.
So on board with Holden Highritter.
Hey guys, the last couple of weeks, we've been watching Luke Knupp start well back in the pack and slowly work his way forward, almost quiet-like. First half, obviously, really saving his truck, saving his tires. Then with about 3 laps to go in the second half of the race, all of a sudden he really steps it up. But he doesn't do it in a crazy style where he's burning things up. Right now, he's in the best position he's ever been in the first half of a race, running in the top 3.
Yeah.
You think we're already predicting this kid's going to be up front by the second half?
Well, yeah, remember he also said that he always sets his truck up for the second half of the race, so we'll have to keep an eye on it if he gets faster as the laps diminish.
Yeah, someone I want to keep my eye on is actually Mickey Thomas. As he's going up the field right now, he's got a lot of speed behind him. So if he can get around Luke and put that space so Luke can't work his way up the field, it's going to definitely really hinder him.
Yeah, it's going to be
Fast as
closer.
Luke has been the last couple of weeks, I think if I was Mickey, I'd just like tie myself to his back bumper and follow him through.
Or you stay in front of him.
Or you just stay in that position until
with
comp
2 laps to
caution.
go, just hang it out then.
Yep.
Yeah, wait till that comp caution, buy your time. Still a lot of laps to go here as Brooks works his way out of turn 2. Starts to run up the turnstile, up the hill. Heitritter and Thomas. I'm sorry, Thomas and Ebert. Trent and Riley right behind them watching the action unfold.
This is some very nice, clean racing, guys. I'm very impressed.
They're just watching Thomas how he avoided Ebert when they went around there on that final turn, knowing that, you got to finish the race. You can't beat your truck up. Oh!
Surprise, surprise. Trent Briley coming to the party.
Talk about a slam door pass. Ooh. Yeah, that's called crashing the party.
Yeah. Who brought the beers?
And Briley reminding Thomas that he's back there with another Nerf.
But look at him. He's trying to find every single opening.
Trying to squeeze in there, trying to
he's
thread the eye of the needle.
But he's definitely poking for every spot he can get.
We might just have to watch this unfold as Brooks continues to run away on board back with Trent Briley.
I can't help but think that's the kind of driving style, though, that's going to burn that truck up and like completely go away by the 3 laps to go in this race.
Most likely.
Well, with constant contact with the other truck and then hitting the K-rail a little bit there, bouncing around, it could also cause some damage to the suspension. The truck, I've hit the wall a few times in one of these things, and the wheel just doesn't quite center anymore. So you're like at a 40-degree angle going straight on the wheel. Just compensate. So that could affect your speed too. So keep an eye out for that. Back up, watching the battle with Holden Heitritter and Luke Knupp in the 77.
I'm kind of surprised every single one of these trucks, though, in their setup has got this huge push on corner entry. Every single one of them.
Yeah, I'm noticing that there. You can see it right there too. Knupp and Heitritter going through the turn. And you can see out in front in the distance there, Jared Brooks. JB77, General Tire. Bill Stein.
Knupp's making a move for second right now. He's got the inside line through turn 3. Looks like he has the spot. And he does. Luke Knupp now running in second.
Whew. Oh, Heitritter up on 2 wheels on the bicycle, puts it back down. And Knupp gets about 2 truck lengths on him now, if not 3. And on board with Knupp.
Oh, and we have a caution now.
And hearing the caution.
That is actually our comp caution.
Okay, lap 9. Wow.
Yeah.
That was 9 clean laps, I got to say. Little contact, but nevertheless, fairly clean in a dirty sport.
All right. So, what do you guys think right now? So, I know Scott, you're leaning on Luke taking it away from Jared Brooks. What?
Yeah, I think in iRacing, most definitely, Luke Knupp's got some cards on the table right now. I haven't seen Jared Brooks enough in iRacing to know what he's got up his sleeve and how he is going to react in the second half. So, but right now, just from going from the last couple of weeks, I'd have to say Luke Knupp.
I'm gonna stick with Mickey Thomas on this one. He's been a solid competitor, and even when he starts to go sideways a little bit, he's always able to find his his groove and kind of pull himself through.
Yeah. I'm going to pick to win. First one across the line with the checkered flag. I'm not throwing any more announcer jinx out there.
There's one of those kind of guys in every crowd.
Patriots fan too, are we?
Oh, I'm not a bag and winner.
I had to do it.
I'm not on the bandwagon.
Well, that describes the entire New England area.
Yeah, I know. No, same with the Jets, New York Jets, or the Giants. I'm sorry, New York Giants.
Yes, the Giants.
New York Giants. Everybody's a New York Giants fan when they make it, towards the Super Bowl.
Okay, guys, is there an explanation to what's going on here now? We got some trucks passing our leader under yellow.
Yeah, so what's going on is we're getting a wave around for some of the guys that are a lap behind.
Get them up on the lead lap.
Yeah, and it looks like...
Why do I keep on hearing crashing in the background?
Well, that's because some of the people don't look in their rearview mirror as a wave around is coming past them. And for anyone that's out there on the track,
you're supposed to stay to the inside.
Stay to the outside, let the wave around take the inside lane. And also for the guys that are doing the wave around, don't be mashing that pedal. I know you guys are late a lap or 2 laps behind. You need to just take what you can get and don't damage your car.
Wave arounds are always, the wave around goes on the outside, never to the inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, it's the opposite. Same with NASCAR.
For this one, it's since the prior, the main line's on the inside, it's easier to get them around the track.
Yeah.
But you see, what you see happen is pretty much just people take both lanes.
Yeah, and they're not paying attention.
Yeah, and they're not paying attention.
Especially when they tell you to go single file.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like single file to me.
No, it's a little bit of zigzag.
Greg Fouts up in the race control pulling his hair out.
Are you guys watching this? I wonder if Luke Knupp's playing a little mind games on Jared Brooks. That was a funny little flip of the throttle going into turn 1.
Hey there.
Pulls up alongside him on the outside going, hey, I'm here.
Remember me?
And Derek's going, yes, keep doing that. Wear out your car. That truck will be worn, and I'll be okay. That's one thing you can kind of see right now with Jarrett. He's not doing anything. He's keeping it nice and smooth and relaxed. That's what you should see in the leader.
If I remember right, he's that kind of kid to begin with, and I know he's not a kid anymore, but in my eyes he still is. But he never really got rattled. You get him up on the podium and talk to him, he was just very melancholy, kind of just very level. Never really excited, never real down, but always just very even keeled.
Yeah.
Now his mom, on the other hand, oh boy.
Wow. Just got a little education. Joe Chapman was letting me know that you can actually run the data on the sim trucks just like in real life when they do from their AIM data boxes. So that's really cool to know.
Yeah, there's actually a lot
AIM
of
Sports Race Studio.
There's a lot of data stuff that allows you to do that.
I had no clue. That is awesome. I know you do it in real life, but that's really cool to know that they've taken that into effect.
Yeah, and something else that happens is when someone else is running that data program, you can actually pull the other person's data too. So that's something that, is a little hush-hush, is you can actually pull other drivers' data on how they have their stuff set up.
Ain't that like Russia fixing the election?
Whoa.
So what are you trying to say?
Sneaky bastards.
You talking about my man Putin over there?
He ain't putting nothing by me.
All right, guys. I believe we are one to go.
I don't want to be putting it all over the place. I can go all day, folks. I'll be here. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Lane gives the gas, and we are green, green, green. Brooks, Knupp, Highritter, Ebert, and Thomas heading to turn 1. Oh, it's bumper cars. bicycles, and turtles. That was just turn 1.
Yeah. Let's see what turn 2 could bring, boys. Oh, Luke!
And
getting the
there
roll.
goes Luke.
And it looks like
He got punted.
He also got settled back down. Got set back about
And he
6
still
positions.
gets punted.
Yep.
Guys, this is just ugly. This is just ugly right here.
Yeah. That's not pretty. But that's a lot of trucks going into turn 2. And it's only wide enough for 3 trucks.
And not one person was lifting. Not
No.
one was lifting.
Yeah, and that honestly comes down to the racers. They need to realize they need to lift. They can't be pushing like that.
Well, if he's over, I'm just going to drive through him mentality doesn't work.
No, it does not.
Well, we've been accustomed to watching Luke Knupp quietly work his way to the field in the second half of the race, starting well back in the pack at the start of the first green flag.
Well, he might just get that chance to
Now
do
we're going
it
to see
again.
probably a different Luke Knupp in his driving style, because he's going to have to go balls to the walls this entire second half.
And you got to wonder also, was there damage to that vehicle during those contacts? And how is it affecting the handling on his machine?
And it looks like race
There's
admin.
Mickey Thomas.
Oh, yeah. There's some words probably being said between some drivers.
Oh, I
Now,
could
is this
just
a red
imagine.
flag?
Yeah, they just
Race
decided
officials, a little nitro bee that's a listen only from race control to the driver.
Yes.
That thing has got to be on fire right now.
Yes.
Yeah, I do not want to be an ear on that or a fly on that wall. That is not going to be good.
Oh, I wish we could tap into what's being said.
I know. I'm so curious.
For broadcasting's sake, we will not do that.
Yeah, that is definitely not PG-13. I'm sure.
And the interesting part is, I've been at in my career, I've been calling probably 3 races where it's been red flagged just for this purpose.
Yep.
For a big old ass kicking.
Yep.
Yeah, it happens though.
No other way.
You gotta sometimes
In
put
fact,
these guys in their line.
If I don't know if you remember this, Dave. I forget where it was at. I want to say it was at Chula Vista during the core days. The entire field of Pro 4s was black flagged. The entire race was called because of this kind of stuff.
That's insane. Down at the quarry.
I think Tony Vanilla made that call.
In all honesty,
wow.
we saw better racing in the heat races, and I'd actually rather see those heat racers up in the front with what's going on right now, because that's it's not right.
Well, the front couple were doing okay. It was the middle section that was misbehaving.
The last 10. And there's no reason to be doing that.
Desperation.
You know what? Finishing the race is going to get you points and going to put you on the leaderboard. Taking your car out or taking someone else is going to knock you down points, and it's going to take you out of the running. There's no point to do that.
I'm just taking a look here at the overhead, looking at them all bunched in there, and I look over to the right there. You can see what would almost be UTV tracks from when the Banner crew was out there.
Yeah.
That's actually really freaky how good that is.
They probably scanned it as that was there.
That'd have been scanned when one of the vehicles went out there. That's awesome. And at the top out of the final turn, you can see where the plateau where the Lucas Oil Studio truck sits.
All right, looks like we are back at it. They should be cleaning themselves back up.
So the drivers have been taken to the woodshed. We've re-racked. We're going to restack. We're going to bring Gary Lane back out in the pace truck. We'll try it one more time.
I don't think we'll bring him out because he's going to chew up 3 laps. Gary likes to take his time and pace around the course, and
even though he is the fastest driver out
he
there,
likes to strut his stuff, man.
Yeah, I know.
So no, they're going to slow down. Race Command's going to organize the drivers and where they think they need to be, and they're going to go from there.
So it's once again.
Well, let's just wait for it to get organized.
I'm going to have to wait for them to restack him because what I'm seeing and what I'm looking up on the board, unless some people were punished. Anybody was black flagged or anything? We don't know.
And yeah, and then here's the thing also. It's like we don't know. We looking to say in the top 5, top 6, top 7, we'll say. We don't know if they got lucky and have avoided certain incidences on this course, or they're being smooth, clean, and staying out of trouble. So many trucks been involved in all these wrecks tonight. Outside of our top 2, we don't know who's been involved and how they got to the front.
Yeah. And that's where the race director, they pulling out their hair because they got to review all that stuff.
That's a job I would not want.
No.
I like what I do.
Me too.
I don't have to make decisions.
I can just commentate on them.
It's a bad deal when all of a sudden the race control, the race director, disappears out of the tower, ends up in the TV truck.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. How many times I've seen that. And then slowly by slowly, they take the drivers over to tech and they bring them into the semi and talk to them one-on-one.
Okay, I got a question for you. This again is a neophyte in this iRacing thing. A truck pulls off the track, goes into the pits under yellow flag.
Correct.
Can it come back out? Assume its position, or does it have to go to the back of the pack, like in real life off-road?
Technically, however many people passed him before he gets back onto the track is where he comes back into the race.
Under yellow?
Under yellow, yes. So their positions are constantly being ticked through until they come back on the track. So iRacing can't tell someone to hold. It doesn't do that. I wish it would, but
I guess we're going to bring them around one more time.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, boy, they got all scattered. They did not like the way they were lined up, I guess. And how many times have we seen that in real life?
You understand why I asked that, though, Moose, is because in real life, in real short course off-road racing, you pull into the hot pits, whether it's under race conditions or yellow flag, you automatically are in the back of the pack, no matter what.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. It should be like that.
Yeah, pits are usually closed unless for certain situations.
Now, like you said, they do have closed and open pits. So if you enter on a closed pit, you get black flagged, and you sit for, I believe that's almost 2 minutes.
2-minute penalty.
Yep.
In iRacing.
Short course?
No, in iRacing.
In iRacing short course?
Yep. So that would be your, I guess, resolution of being sent to the back of the pack. And even under caution, I believe the first lap around under caution, pits are closed. Second lap, they're open, and then they close again after that lap. So you only have one opening of actually hitting or pulling off into the pits.
Something's going on here because all of a sudden Darren Hardesty now is actually second on the track.
I see Jared Brooks is second.
And I'm seeing Hardesty third and Thomas first.
Okay.
I saw Mickey, it looks like he pulled off to the side. Mickey came out of the pits and then ran a lap. He should be actually staying off to the side. It should be Jared Brooks in first.
Yes. So my monitor says Mickey Thomas is in first. Now he's stopped on the track. In fact, looks like we got another. Man, some vehicles are moving, some are stopped. No, you're right. Jared Brooks is being scored right now in second. Darren Hardesty third, Sean Heck fourth, Ronnie Anderson in fifth. At least this is on my monitor, guys.
Yeah, no, it's getting scrambled right now. We're waiting for it to clear up. All right, looks like we're finally lined up.
They've been re-racked and restacked again.
One of my favorite views, actually, is this back cam, seeing the whole line behind. Look at all the mud on those trucks.
But the guy in front, Jared Brooks, is looking pretty clean.
And I believe we are green, green, green by the sound of those engines.
Yeah, I've heard him rev him up there, put the pedal to the metal, and Brooks going to lead him into turn number 1. Ethan Ebert. And look at that hot sauce, Hardesty. He's fighting there right now with Roland Johns. Johns, like the one we talked about him earlier, working his way up to the field in the second half. Oh, no, Thomas!
Oh, Ebert getting on that bump right there.
Ronnie Anderson just punted that last corner.
Oh, and it looks like we just pulled the plug.
Say what?
Looks like race director just pulled the plug.
On the race?
Yep.
They're going to finish it the way it is, or what?
That says finishing on my...
And Ronnie Anderson just got a black flag.
All I hear is crashing in the background.
That is correct.
Well, that's interesting.
Well, we're going to actually turn off our mic for a quick second and pull in one of the race directors and kind of talk to him and see what's going on, so at least we understand what the situation is.
Okay.
We need to know, so at least we can communicate it. All right, folks. From race director to us, they said that this race has actually been called due to the fact that there has been overly aggressive driving out in the track, and we're gonna wait till we hear more about what's gonna happen. Looks like they're just running it out just because people can be on the track, but we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. So I apologize for what happened out on the track. It's not what we want to see. We want to actually see these guys drive clean and drive and make their way up the track, and we didn't get to see that. So please stick with us if you want. If not, I'll see you guys next week, and hopefully we were able to straighten out what just happened on the track, because that's.
So will that be round 8 again, or will it be on to round 9?
It might actually be round 8 again. We might get a redo.
Redo. Okay.
Yeah, so. I apologize for that. That is not what we want to see, and definitely not what I want to broadcast. That's tough.
Well, they looked good in the front to me.
The
front back, we didn't see what was going on.
The back, yeah, the back needs to straighten themselves out. That's a bummer.
Well, I'd say almost the whole field minus probably 3. It just appeared there's a whole lot of retaliation going on out there.
Yep. All right, so a quick update from race control. We will be doing a podium for the top 3 guys that were running out there, but it was an unofficial finish, and we'll just talk to them, see how they felt about the race up in the front of the pack, and we'll go from there.
Alrighty then. As the Demolition Derby continues on the track.
Hey guys, I just got a message from Vince DeYoung. All his words were, "Wow."
Wow.
Yeah, no, that explains it perfectly.
And I'm sure there were some expletives.
And here's the disappointing thing about that. Yeah, we had quite a few big names in the sport with us tonight racing. Leading the way, obviously, was Jared Brooks. But this kind of racing, this kind of driving, is keeping to even bigger names from coming and joining us
Yeah.
week in and week out. They're tuned in. They're watching. I mean,
I'd love to have Mitchell back in.
Definitely agree
you're
with
only
that.
as
I'm
you're only as
gonna
good as the
say it.
competition that you're racing against, and it's just a shame.
I want the best of the best to fight it out.
I agree. All right, let's
Yeah.
go ahead and bring in third place.
All right, then. Roland Johns.
One second. Roland, you're in the booth.
All right, yeah, it was a great race. Got up to third. Happy to be here again.
Well, we definitely predicted, you kind of like so silent at the beginning of the race. And so, yeah, watch him the second half. And there's 3 or 4 of you that we always want to keep an eye on that second half of the race. And sure enough, you did not disappoint.
Oh yeah, I was it got a little crazy going on the restart. I got a little bit of a bump from behind, and that kind of caused like a big stack up there, and a couple heated tempers right now, but still out here in third, so I'm happy.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with the front of the pack. It was mid-pack back. It was a little misbehaving going on. We were watching you guys up front. And you guys were great.
That battle I had with Darren was crazy. That was an awesome.
Oh yeah, with our
battle.
So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You guys you're driving clean up front.
Yeah.
So.
Little dirty, but it was all good and fun.
Yeah. Hey, nobody got spun out. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, Roland, how were you able to just keep it clean? I mean, I'm looking at your truck right now, parked on the track, and it's all the fenders are in place, everything's there. I mean, with all this chaos going on, you kept it clean. How were you able to do that?
I don't even know. I mean, it got crazy. I mean, my bumpers all smashed in and everything, but I mean, just keep pushing. All you gotta do is keep that truck straight. I mean, take a beating. Just gotta keep it going straight.
It's that special ceramic coating you put on the fenders. Well, it was awesome to see you, work your way back up and watch the battles you had there. And I know you probably got some people to thank for being on the podium.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely thankful. I'm thankful for every podium I get out here. I mean, for a while I was struggling to even get up here, but every time it's just awesome to come back and be on the podium.
Yeah, no, it's awesome to see you back up and do that, and it's a shame that what went on there. We much as we're loving the sport as a whole and trying to carry it over into the virtual world, hopefully we'll get the drivers in the back to start respecting it a little bit more and treat it more like these are simulators because you're simulating racing, so like you were trying to drive clean. We like that.
Yeah. Before I leave here, I gotta give a shout out to my sponsors. Mongo Racing, along with Butler Media. Go check them out at Mongo Racing on Instagram and at The Butler Media on Instagram. Go check them out. Great guys.
Very awesome. And of course, I don't know if you've ever, you gotta think of the phrase, if the old Blazing Saddles, telegram for Mongo, telegram for Mongo. Just had to throw it out there. Been wanting to say it the whole time. But awesome. Congratulations, Roland, for getting on the podium.
Thank you very much, Dave.
You got it.
Thank you guys for broadcasting.
Thank you, man. And we'll see you next week.
All right, see ya.
All right, next we're going to bring up second place. That's going to be Ethan Ebert. You're in the booth.
Oh.
Ethan.
Yeah.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Doing good. After tonight, I'm doing really good.
Definitely a lot of craziness going on, and I'll tell you really fought your way back up on second half of the race. And I've always noticed that with you, Luke, and a few other drivers. You kind of you're always in the fight there, but the second half of the race, you guys really, came to life, and and it's trying to stay clean because I could see you from what your truck looked like. It wasn't beat up too bad.
Yeah, I was just trying to keep the steering wheel straight and just trying to not run into anybody and just keep it a clean race.
Yeah, I'm looking at your truck right now. You're upside down.
Well, that was afterwards.
Yeah, we saw that happen. That was bad.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, sorry, we're a little lost for words. It's been a rough time for us. Do you have any sponsors you wanna shout out?
Oh yeah, I want to thank Ultra Wheels, Lethal Racing, and everyone who sponsors this great series. It's just really fun when it's a clean race out there and everyone gets a chance. And as you can see, when everyone gets a chance, it's pretty different results all around.
Yeah, and you've had actually a pretty good season. It's been rough in the sense of you've been riding more in the back of the pack in the 5th and 6th and stuff, but you definitely have a fast car and you're a fast driver, so it's good to have you up in the podium with us, man.
Right, it's good to be here.
I mean, especially with the talent that a lot of you young drivers have. Be just breaking in the top 10 with the names that you have is impressive. Let alone getting up to the podium. And I know you've made the jump up into in real life, driving a little bit bigger truck now too. Is this helping you a little bit? And from driving your Pro Light to driving something like this in a simulator, any similarities? Except for it's a 4-wheel drive.
Oh yeah, it's similar for like the track and stuff like that, because like when it gets blue groove real bad, you can also feel that in real life too. And so it's just kind of like some of the smaller things you notice a lot more.
Yeah, I can imagine that. And of course, especially the opening round is going to be for Lucas Oil Off Road will be in June, of course, at Wild West. So I'm sure you're taking some notes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, right on, man. I know you thank some of your sponsors. Anything else you'd like to say? Just awesome to have you in here.
Oh yeah, I just want to thank my new teammate, actually, Darren. He's did a really good job this race, and just Luke and I trying to teach him all our lines, braking points, and shift points and stuff like that, and he's doing really good. I think he's going to be a top 3 driver.
It's very cool to see a little Hot Sauce back playing again with us.
Oh yeah.
So awesome job, Ethan. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Hopefully we'll see you in a couple weeks at Glen Helen.
Hopefully, yeah.
So we're hoping June 13th and 14th.
Got the date saved.
Yep. Save for date, baby.
Looking forward to it.
Right on, Ethan.
Thank you, Ethan.
Yep, thank you.
All right, our first place, Jarrett Brooks. Welcome to the podium.
How's it going, guys?
Oh, man, don't ask us that.
Jared's like, I don't know what's going on, man. I was fine up front.
Jared, you made it look easy tonight, man. You made it look so easy. You just kept it clean. You kept it up front. You had a clean track the whole time, but you still had to produce. You still had to keep it straight. So you didn't have to back it in. All these different variables you could have screwed up, and you didn't. You basically drove this truck like you do your real race truck.
Yeah, for sure. With this iRacing, it's honestly pretty dang real. I mean, obviously being consistent every lap is good in anything, but how the track develops is insane. Like tonight, we came out here qualified. It was obviously super slimy, and it was really hard to qualify. So obviously didn't get a very good qualifying, but got super lucky with the invert where started on the pole. Kind of a bummer that Sheldon didn't make it out because me and him are buddies and we share the same setups and stuff. So that was kind of a bummer, but got out there, got out to the lead pretty early, and the track was so dry slick right off the start. So I was pretty nervous because I kind of set my truck up for dry slick later on, not so early in the race. But just kind of ran my laps and was just slowly starting to check out from the field. Put some laps in earlier today, and had a really fast truck. So really can't complain. Huge thanks to Sparko for this awesome sim. I'm loving it. Like I said, this sim is honestly so realistic. I mean, we don't race until July, so this is pretty much all I'm doing lately. And thanks to Sparko, they have an awesome sim. General Tire, we're obviously not racing, so this is my racing for now. Bill Stein, Black Rhino, get HID lights, and my girlfriend for letting me play this. And it's so much fun. I don't even know what happened in the back of the pack, but sounded like I was lucky to get out of it.
Well, nice job, man. It was fun watching you drive again.
Yeah, definitely awesome. Well, it's one of those things you usually don't get up that early to go race them, so I'm sure that was different on the track conditions.
Yeah, I'm assuming an early morning race like that is definitely a completely different condition that you probably weren't expecting. Do you, I guess you and Sheldon, do you guys ever look at the track session dates before they're announced?
No, we do not. I don't even. Half the time I've had this sim for about 4 weeks now.
Okay,
and
so you're still getting used to it.
Yeah, I don't even know what to. Half the time, I don't even know how to work Discord. So, let alone how to tell the stake of the track before we race.
Okay. Well, if you have any time, you can always hit me up or hit some of the other guys. We can show you the ropes a little bit. There's always definitely a lot to learn.
Yeah. The guy just won. He really needs some showing the ropes. Just kidding.
Well, no, but in all honesty,
I can just picture Jared's eyes rolling. No, just kidding. Jared, man, it was awesome to have you in there. Congratulations again, and you made your sponsors proud and giving them a little virtual love. You did.
Awesome.
So
thank you guys for putting this on, and it honestly feels pretty realistic. Like right now, I'm kind of a little sweaty. I was tensed up there for a while, and you honestly get nerves. Like when you come out here and you race with your buddies and stuff, you don't really get nervous. But then again, you're thinking, dang, this is actually a legit race where that's where it makes it feel real. I mean, you've got to put it together at the end of it.
No, I got to ask you this. So do you have like a little water bottle strapped on the Sparko seat with a tube going up there and you're in your mouth and you're driving? Are you guys really customizing your sim to you?
I mean, my sim's pretty close to how my race truck is, so kind of all fitted right for me and stuff. But just got a water bottle to the right, and the AC cranked to 70.
You got a fan in your face, so you're feeling the breeze. And
yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. Well, right on. Well, hopefully you can back it up next week, and hopefully we get Sheldon to go play with you again.
Yeah, no doubt. Hopefully, I heard next week we're going to Crandon, maybe.
Possibly, it's a tentative. That's on iRacing. It was supposed to be a surprise. It was supposed to be a surprise. And you just popped the bubble.
You just made me happy. Thank you.
But yeah, we should be going to Crandon, but we'll see what happens with iRacing if they decide to push out that
Land
update.
Rush start. No,
awesome, guys. I appreciate it, and I'm going to head home.
You got it, man.
buddy.
Thank you.
All right. See you. It's got a long commute.
We all do. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Well, Scott, you got any last words?
No, I think with what we saw in the racing in this main event, ending it early was appropriate, and hopefully things can get squared away before we do go to Crandon, because that is the fastest track in the country, and if they drive there like they did tonight, the race is going to end early again because there will be no trucks left.
We'll end up in the graveyard.
Oh, yeah.
Period.
Yeah, no, I agree. And, the other thing is, too, is a lot of the drivers did a great job. Some of the other drivers, I know you get frustrated in there. You don't have to bring your checkbook out, but if you did this in real life and you started banging your stuff around, it gets real expensive real fast.
Yeah.
Try to treat it that way because we're trying to keep this as real as we can.
Well, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
It's
a simulator.
It's to allow normal or older drivers and younger drivers to learn how to drive against each other and without having to break the bank. And if you're driving like we saw in the back of the pack today, you shouldn't be out on a track in real life because you're not treating everyone with respect and you're not treating your car with respect.
Because they got PlayStation and Xbox.
Yeah. What it comes down to
go play a console game.
Yeah.
What it comes down to is
Grand Theft Auto.
You've got
there you go. Yeah.
You got inexperienced racers jumping in there racing against their heroes. You've got experienced racers that know exactly how a truck is supposed to handle, how to stay smooth, how to work your way forward, how to be fast. And then all of a sudden you get those two, that combination together, and the inexperienced racers are, like you said, driving like it's an arcade.
Yeah.
And that's not how the real racers are programmed. They're programmed to keep their trucks, clean. And when I say clean, I mean from injury, from being broken, from bouncing off walls, from all these different things.
Just listening to Jarrett talk about it, like he said, he gets nerves, and that's one thing that separates some of the seasoned drivers is they're able to maintain that, put the nerves down a little bit and keep their cool. And a lot of the kids or younger drivers that don't have that season, their nerves take control.
I always say if you don't got nerves going in the race car, you've lost that passion for it. You might as well go do something else.
Definitely, but you got to make sure you keep that in check because that'll
it actually helps you. If it's one of those things, man. Keep you on the edge.
It's a give and take.
Yeah. You get too comfortable, you get compliant. Or complacent, I should say.
That's correct. And I think it's that time of the broadcast to thank all of our series sponsors for helping us out. That being
CBR, Performance Products, AIM Data Systems, CDC Apparel. It's not clean.
It's super clean.
Bomber Eyewear, Sparco, K&N, Lawrence Equipment, and of course, Rigid Industries, and of course, our broadcast sponsors.
That's going to be Critical Hit Bass Lures. If you're not fishing with Critical Hit, please go get some Critical Hit Bass Lures. They'll help you out a lot. And to Southern California's Nautilus Media Systems, if you're experiencing any net coding issues or you're having a slow internet, hit us up. They'll help you out. And then that's pretty much it. So I hope everyone has a good evening. I know it was a rough situation that we experienced, but hopefully we'll see you guys next week. Everyone will straighten themselves out, and we'll have a good race.
And off to Havasu I go tomorrow. Woohoo! Jet skiing, baby.
Oh, man, you're lucky.
See you at Crandon, boys.
Yeah, see you at Crandon. All right.
Time for some chicken wings and
cheese
curds.
All right, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
See you on the virtual dirt.